Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what anxiety truly is? It's not just a feeling, it's a storm that starts inside your mind and shakes your soul until you forget how to stand still. But what if I told you that even in that storm, you could dance? What if I told you that the most beautiful version of your life can rise from the very moments that once made you tremble? Every day, countless people wake up with a silent battle raging inside them. Their hearts race, their thoughts spiral, and their smiles, oh, those smiles are just masks hiding the chaos within. Anxiety doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it suffocates, sometimes it simply drains the color out of your world. But here's the truth. You are not your anxiety. You are not the fears that keep you awake at night. You are the strength that rises despite them. You are the calm that learns to bloom even in the middle of a storm. To live a happy life does not mean to live without anxiety. It means learning how to rise above it, how to hold its hand and say, you may walk beside me, but you will not lead me. So today, let's learn how to deal with anxiety and start living, not surviving, but truly living a happy life. Accept what you feel without judging yourself. There comes a time when you must stop fighting what you feel and start embracing it. Anxiety is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you are human. The world may tell you to be strong, to hide your pain, to pretend that everything is okay, but pretending doesn't heal you. It only hides you. The moment you stop running from your feelings, you take the first step toward peace. You begin to whisper to yourself, it's okay to not be okay right now. And in that whisper, your soul starts to breathe again. Acceptance is not about surrendering to pain. It's about acknowledging it. It's about saying, yes, this is how I feel right now. And that's part of being alive. You can't silence something by ignoring it. You can't heal something you don't acknowledge. The moment you allow your emotions to exist without judgment, they begin to soften, they begin to flow, and they no longer have the power to suffocate you. When you accept your anxiety, you take away its power to control you. Because the truth is, the more you resist what you feel, the louder it becomes. But the more you accept it, the quieter it gets. Acceptance brings light into the darkest corners of your heart. It turns chaos into understanding and pain into purpose. You don't have to fight every emotion that visits you. Sometimes, all you need to do is sit with it, breathe through it, and remind yourself that this feeling will pass. Emotions are like waves. They rise, they fall, and they always fade away. You are not drowning. You are learning how to swim. The world teaches you to label emotions as good or bad, but emotions are simply messages from your soul. Anxiety is not your enemy. It's a messenger trying to tell you something. Maybe it's telling you to slow down, to listen, to rest. Maybe it's reminding you that you've been carrying too much for too long. When you stop judging yourself for feeling anxious, you create space for compassion. You stop being your own critic and start being your own comforter. You learn that acceptance doesn't mean weakness, it means strength. Because it takes courage to say, I feel lost right now, but I still believe I can find my way. And in that gentle act of acceptance, healing begins, not in a loud way, but in a quiet whisper that says, I am enough, even in my most anxious moments. Train your mind to focus on the present moment. Anxiety thrives on the past and feeds on the future. It lives in the land of what ifs and should have beens. But the present moment, it's the only place where peace can breathe. When your mind starts racing, it's because it has forgotten how to be here now. The art of mindfulness is not about escaping your thoughts. It's about watching them without being carried away by them. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. The problem is that most of us forget to separate the two. We believe every thought that crosses our mind, and soon we're drowning in stories that don't even exist. But the moment you pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, I am safe right now, your world begins to slow down. The mind loves to wander into places where your feet cannot follow. It loves to replay old scenes or imagine new disasters. But none of those are happening in this moment. Right now, As you breathe, as your heart beats, as the air fills your lungs, you are safe. You are here. And this moment, right here, is enough. Focus is a discipline. It's not something that happens once, it's something you practice every single day. When anxiety tries to drag you away, gently bring yourself back. Anchor yourself to your breath, to your senses, to the small things that remind you that you are alive. Feel the ground beneath your feet, listen to the rhythm of your heartbeat, and let that be your reminder that you are stronger than your thoughts. The present moment doesn't need to be perfect to bring peace, it just needs to be noticed. When you start paying attention to what's around you instead of what's ahead of you, you begin to discover beauty in the simplest things: the laughter of a loved one, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of rain on your window. These little moments are the medicine for an anxious mind. It takes courage to train your mind, to pull it back from fear every time it tries to run. But every time you do, you are retraining your soul to find home in the now. You are building a habit of peace that anxiety cannot easily shake. And slowly, moment by moment, you begin to live again, not in the fear of what could happen, but in the joy of what is happening. That's where happiness begins, in the stillness of now. Replace fearful thoughts with grateful ones. The mind is a garden, and whatever you plant inside, it grows. When you plant fear, you reap anxiety. But when you plant gratitude, you grow peace. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it changes how you see it. It reminds you that even in your darkest moments, there is still light somewhere waiting to be noticed. Every time your heart begins to race with worry, pause and ask yourself, what can I be thankful for right now? It could be something as small as the breath you take, the roof over your head, or the strength that kept you going through another day. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about seeing that even in imperfection, there are blessings. When you focus on what's wrong, anxiety grows louder. But when you focus on what's right, peace whispers back. Gratitude shifts your energy. It takes you from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from despair to hope. Start keeping a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things every day that make you smile. Over time, you'll begin to realize that even in chaos, there's something worth holding on to. Gratitude turns your attention away from what you can't control and directs it toward what you can cherish. Fear says, you don't have enough. Gratitude says, you already have so much. Fear says, you're not safe. Gratitude says, you're still standing. Fear says, you're alone. Gratitude says, you're still loved. When you shift your thoughts, you shift your world. The anxious mind is loud, but gratitude speaks in gentle tones. It teaches you to stop counting what's missing and start counting what's meaningful. It reminds you that you are surrounded by beauty, even when life feels uncertain. And slowly, as you replace your fearful thoughts with grateful ones, you begin to feel a quiet kind of joy, a joy that no anxiety can take away, because it comes from within. Surround yourself with peaceful energy and people. The energy around you becomes the energy within you. If you surround yourself with chaos, you will feel restless. If you surround yourself with peace, you will feel calm. Healing requires a gentle environment, both internally and externally. You can't heal in the same space that broke you. It's okay to walk away from people who drain you. It's okay to protect your peace. You don't owe anyone access to your energy if it costs you your sanity. You deserve people who make you feel lighter, not heavier. You deserve conversations that calm you, not ones that confuse you. Sometimes peace is not found in others, but in solitude. It's in those quiet moments when you turn off the noise, put down your phone, and sit with your own thoughts. That's when you begin to hear your soul whisper again. That's when healing begins. Nature has a language of peace. Go outside, walk barefoot on the grass, watch the sunrise, listen to the wind, feel how the world keeps breathing even when you feel like you can't. The universe has a rhythm that reminds you, peace is not gone. You just have to return to it. Surround yourself with people who understand silence, who don't rush your healing, who remind you that it's okay to rest. Sometimes, peace looks like distance. Sometimes, peace looks like saying no. And sometimes, peace looks like choosing yourself over everything that hurts you. Energy is contagious. Protect yours fiercely. Not everyone deserves to walk with you in your healing journey. Choose wisely who gets to stand beside you as you rebuild your peace. Because when your environment supports your calm, anxiety loses its grip. And in that stillness, you begin to hear the sound of your own heart again, a sound that says, I am home. Believe that healing is possible for you. There is a moment in every journey where you feel like you will never make it out. You feel like anxiety will always follow you. That peace is meant for everyone but you. But that is the lie. Anxiety tells you, it makes you believe that you are trapped forever. You're not. Healing is not only possible for you, it's promised. You have already survived moments that you once thought would destroy you. You have already walked through storms and found light again. You may not see it now, but healing doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, in the moments you choose to believe that tomorrow can be better. Belief is powerful. The moment you start believing that peace belongs to you, you begin to attract it. Healing starts with hope, and hope begins with faith in yourself. You are not broken, you are rebuilding. You are not behind, you are becoming. There will be days when you fall back into fear, and that's okay. Healing isn't linear. It's a dance between progress and pause. It's about showing up for yourself even when it's hard. Every time you rise again, you prove to your anxiety that it cannot win. Believe that the storm inside you will pass, because it will. Every wave eventually meets the shore. Every night eventually meets the morning. Every ache eventually finds peace. You are not defined by your anxious days. You are defined by your courage to keep going despite them. The happiest people are not those who never felt anxiety. They are those who believed in healing enough to fight for it. They are those who turned their pain into power, their fear into faith, and their suffering into strength. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive anxiety. You transformed because of it. You found a deeper kind of peace, one that no storm could ever take away. At the end of the day, anxiety may try to steal your breath, your joy, and your peace, but it can never steal your power to begin again. Every single day, you have a choice: to let fear define you or to let courage guide you. The storm inside you is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to teach you how to stand taller, how to breathe deeper, and how to love harder. You deserve to live a life that feels light, free, and full of color again. You deserve laughter that comes from your soul and peace that stays even when the world feels heavy. So, take a deep breath, lift your head, and remember, the battle within you is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your strength.